Welcome everyone to an amazing clash that we bring for you. It's Magnus Carlsen versus Arjun Erigaisi for the 5th place at the World Blitz Team Championships 2026. Magnus playing for the team WR Chess, Arjun playing for team MGD1. They've already played 2 games against each other, Arjun beating him in that queen end game. 1 game ended in a draw, and now this third and final one, a handshake. The focus mode is on, and this, dear friends, is the Neuro game of the day. Let's go. Magnus with the white pieces opens with pawn to e4, and Arjun plays the Sicilian. And what? Magnus plays h3? And Arjun is like, okay, it doesn't matter, Magnus, that you wasted a move here. You're essentially now playing the English opening with black pieces with h6 perhaps. That's what you're trying to do here. Will Magnus play d4 and play the open Sicilian? Then maybe h3 does matter. So knight comes to c3. And Arjun plays a6. We have d4, pawn takes, knight takes, queen comes to c7. The Taimanov here. And it seems like Magnus has gotten a normal position. He takes on c6. You can take with either 1, 2 and 3. All are fine. He takes with the queen, keeping an eye on this pawn. And with the idea of bishop b4 maybe. So Magnus takes a bit of time. He has many ways to play bishop e2, bishop d3, even bishop e3. He goes a4. And Magnus is just trying to stop b5. Knight comes out to f6, attacking this pawn. Bishop to d3, defending. And now, maybe white just simply wants to castle. You have to be careful with the move like d6, because then some deadly tactics can be unleashed with bishop b5 pinning here. Pawn takes, queen is attacked and the rook is hanging. So those tactics need to be taken care of. Well, Arjun is not going to fall for that, I'm pretty sure. He's calculating here. Maybe bishop e7 seems fine. He goes bishop to b4. Magnus castles, giving up a pawn. If you take here, that's too dangerous, because bishop a3 and I prevent you from castling. Arjun, well, if he castles, there's e5. He plays d6. And now look at Magnus. That's a huge mistake. He's missed this idea. Boom, bishop b5. What a trap this is. And Arjun now has to give up his queen. AB, the queen is attacked. And the rook is also hanging here. Oh my goodness. Arjun did fall for it. He takes the rook now. Takes. You have a queen, a rook and a bishop for a queen. But that's not going to be enough. Magnus is pleased with himself there. But he has some work to do. I believe for Magnus this may not be too difficult. He goes queen to f3. Just calming himself down and getting ready for some ideas like e5, attacking the knight, and also the pawn on c6. Now Arjun would be so livid with himself to play d6 in that position, because otherwise Magnus didn't have that tactical opportunity. Black castles. And now bishop to g5 makes sense. You trade rooks and then you put pressure on the f6 knight. Magnus has 2 minutes to convert this position. Logically speaking, the material disadvantage is not too high. The only thing is that black pieces don't really have great squares to play. So Magnus does go bishop g5, takes on f1, king takes f1, and now knight to d7. There are some ideas like bishop e7 hitting the rook and the pawn, but the pawn is defended on d6 by the bishop. So knight a2 played. And Arjun goes bishop c5, b4 played. So he's getting rid of this bishop so that he can then win this pawn. Bishop check, king g1. And now he comes bishop d4. And now Magnus is about to make this move bishop e7, but stops. Because bishop e7, he thinks rook a8, bishop takes d6, bishop c4. Suddenly the rook is coming in here. I don't know, knight c1 only square, rook to a1. And perhaps Magnus doesn't like this calculation that he's doing. So you can see him there shaking his head, he wants to play bishop e7 but doesn't like the complexity around it. And so he goes knight c1, just calmly improving his position of the knight. The knight can go to b3, the knight can also go to d3 later. And Arjun, can he script a comeback here? That's the big question. He thinks and plays pawn to d5. Magnus can chop off on d5. He plays knight b3, attacking the bishop. The bishop has to drop back. Bishop to b6 and now queen g3. The point is now bishop h6 will create problems on g7 and also with the rook. Also the queen is planning to enter into d6, attacking the knight and the pawn. And that's what queen is, an incredible piece. It's like this missile which keeps on moving and creating targets, attacking the targets there. Bishop comes back to e3. Arjun may have to take the bishop, otherwise the queen is entering in and that would attack so many points in black's camp. He goes e5, stopping the queen's entry, but now bishop takes b6 seems logical. Bishop b6. There's also queen g4, right, attacking this. That also seems like a fine move. Notice how Magnus is kind of taking his time here. He's not quickly making a decision. You also feel like he's almost frozen there, but he's not. He's thinking. He goes queen g4, attacking the knight. f5, e takes f5, and Arjun goes knight f6. The queen moves to h4, and now d4. The pawns are trying to move ahead. Bishop g5 played by Magnus, and every exchange is going to help white. So knight d5, queen comes to e4, attacking the pawn on e5. Rook comes to e8, defending it. Is f6 working here? f6, pawn takes, bishop takes, knight takes, queen c6. Maybe it does. He goes knight c5. Magnus keeping it simple in this game. And now knight e6. Now the e5 pawn is really hanging. d3. Whoa. Queen e5 threatening a mate on g7, and Arjun resigns. Magnus Carlsen scores a nice win there, and I think he is very pleased with this victory, beating Arjun. He lost one game ended in a draw, so it's 1.5, and it also helped WR Chess win this match and finish 5th in the tournament. Magnus then went and met his coach of the team, Jan Gustafsson, and look at how happy he was. Let's have a look at this tactic closely so that it can help you in your games as well. In this position, black definitely wanted to castle, but black saw that after e5 it was uncomfortable because it would open up the bishop, attack the knight. So knight to d5, knight takes, queen takes, and already this position is a bit weird after something like queen e2 with white having a great position. So Arjun thought, what better way to stop e5 than to play d6? The best move here was b6 to get the bishop here and on this long diagonal. But the moment you play d6, now the tactic flows with bishop to b5 pinning here, ab, ab, and the rook on a8 is undefended. Also notice if the bishop on c1 had already moved, then this tactic would not work because rook a1 attacks the queen on d1. But now it does not, and this pawn is attacking the queen, and white is completely winning. So Magnus set this trap very beautifully in the game. Have you ever blundered a winning position because your brain just blanked out? That's called brain fog. In chess and in life, lack of attention and focus can cost you key games and key moments. Instead of reaching out for that third cup of coffee or that energy drink, which can overstimulate you or give you jitters, try Neurogum. It's viral in the US. It has a clinically proven blend of caffeine that gives alertness and L-theanine that gives calm and stable focus without the jitters or crash. An MIT study even shows that it gets you to a high focus 21% faster. So focus better now with Neurogum. Now available in India. Check the link in the description and in the pinned comment.